Welcome, sadhakas, salutations, gratitudes, and also congratulations, then the wishes and prayers. The 12 Vyaktitvas of us, the Shanta Gambhira Vyaktitva, the Prerita Vyaktitva, the Parishrami, the Sadhaka Nishchaya Yukta, the Shrota, the Jignasu, the Bhakta, Mumukshu, Shishya and Bhakta and Viragi, and Dharma Sevaka, Loka Sevaka. The six sources of our blessings: Shruti Smriti Purana Itihasa, Guru Tattva, Guru Parampara, Swaguru, Acharyas, all Rishi Muni Gana, the Devata Gana, the Ishvara, and the Brahma Tattva. Vishnu Purana references in this Shwethashwathara beautiful Upanishad we are studying are giving us unambiguous clarity that only through the jnana, the moksha is sambhava. And what is that? Jnanam is about the self, and what is the nature of the self for us to contemplate and experience. In fact, this Sambandha Bhasha itself is as complete as the Upanishad only. So many places the authorities or the explanations are taken and put at one place. Genius of Adi Shankara, kindness also of him, and our interest, our seriousness, with which when we study, we are the beneficiaries. Let us enter into the study of the Upanishad. Before that, as every day, Sankalpa Prarthana. Before that, some common sense thought like every day. Today we talk about only three things precisely. First and foremost is the strong willingness for the Atmanubhuti. Look into ourselves. How strong is that willingness in us? Mm, we have to every time assess it. It has to be made stronger, stronger. By studying the Shastras, it becomes by being in the company of who have already experienced or who are on the path. When we are with them, that thought will come, or by our own sankalpa, again and again said that the willingness for Atmanubhuti becomes requiredly sufficiently stronger. It is required because wherever the willingness is there only all our efforts get molded. We have willingness for the world, so all our efforts, resources are towards the world. Same way, our willingness, if it is for Paramatma, then our all efforts will be towards that. One is willingness to reach Paramatma. Second is the readiness of the sadhana. You know, the readiness. Like anything in the world, the willingness to reach to the goal, then readiness to walk the path, travel to that destination. In that readiness, all knowledge, all preparedness, everything can be added. Mm. We are ready to walk on the path and start it. You know, then when we walk the spiritual path, it is not like the outer road that it is simpler, nor even like it is the path of the outer worldly artha kamadi prapti. In the artha kamadi prapti, there is a beautiful temptation of bhoga of the vastus with the indriyas, which is so pratyaksha, so tangible, and we have the experience, taste of it, habit of it for so many times. So all that adds up for inspiration and a readiness and go for it. But Paramatma is to understand himself is a very tough thing. Then to reach out to him who is beyond all upadhis is almost next to impossible. That is why nobody tries, because the comfort we get in the gross and subtle pulls us to live only at this level, does not allow us to go beyond. Even if our willpower is very strong, to go beyond our, you know, nature, our unpreparedness, our deep, deep, deep samskaras and prarabdhas. Never forget these two. Will make it not next to, but directly impossible only. That blankness we feel inside, like Sri Rama. विवेक वैराग्य तो हो गया, बट फिर भी खाली है अंदर. अभी you and I also, that emptiness felt inside regarding what to do at every moment. Even I try to do that terrible opposition from all our upadhis. And we told you the other day, pancha upadhis, the vasanas, the buddhi, mana, the indriyas, the sharira, the prana, सारे जो है ना रिवोल्ट करते हैं, because that was not the habit. Going for spirituality is like going against the terrible stream of the water in the river. It is, पूरे एक एक वेव इसने हमको धक्का देता है इतना. Not allow, it will not. Same way, why many people don't even start? Why many start but give up? Why only 1 hour to reach? Isn't it? Only 1 hour. Those give up never give up that way. They just get succumbed to their vasanas or habits. Maybe little next life they will walk, little more, little more. Like that takes time. That is the point. Nobody finally fails, but everybody continuously fails. Only one to throughout our Upanishad. We see Kaschid Dhira Pratyagatman. Yesterday also he said, the one who is like Rama has got that Viveka Vairagya alone is a Purusha. Today we will see that they are very rare. And we are all such victims of our own upadhis. We though study Upanishadic Jnanam, but our lifestyle, our nature is of very lowest level. Comparison क्या करें, बुरा न माने. Somebody may be minister in the ministry, big post, but opposite the dignity of being a big minister, supposed to serve the praja in that portfolio. If he becomes criminal, if he becomes the scam holder, if he becomes, the money mongerer, how it looks like. But that person has become minister by some virtue. Pura janma sukriti kuch. But he is also carrying the load of other things, of which he himself is a victim. चाह कर या ना चाह कर वो उसका जो है ना विक्टिम हो जाता है. This we should not talk in the court and law. उधर तो पनिशमेंट मिलेगा ही, बट हम स्पिरिचुअली एनालाइज कर रहे हैं, isn't it? Like विषया विमुखम दृष्ट्वा विद्वांसमपि कर्षति. When the vishayas are in front, even vidwan also is being caught up by them. We saw that big shloka in Viveka Chudamani. Prajnavanapi, panditopi, chaturopi, atyanta sukshmartha druk. Even then, vyalidas tamasa navetti bahudha sambodhitopi sputam भ्रांत्यारोपितमेव साधु कलयति आलम्बते तद्गुणान् हन्तासौ प्रबला दुरन्ततमसः शक्तिर्महत्यावृति. Big shloka. So it is so tough to climb like a cliff or a stiff, straight mountain. It is the spirituality. पहले तो ज्ञान याद नहीं रहता, दूसरा हम किसमें फंसे हैं एट दिस मोमेंट आता नहीं समझ में. Then what is to be done? How do we know? Very complicated होता है लाइफ, वेरी डिफिकल्ट. बहुत बार तो छोड़ ही दो यार, दैट्स बेटर द वर्ल्ड इज, है ना. डू समथिंग, गेट समथिंग, बाई समथिंग, ईट एंड एंजॉय एंड स्लीप. हो सके तो विल डू द उपासना प्रेयर टू गॉड, विल टेक हिज ब्लेसिंग्स फॉर दैट पर्पस. वी डू सब यज्ञास. ये करना इजी होता है, लेकिन सर्वम त्यक्त्वा हरिम भजेत वाला जो है ना, ध्यानम करोत कर कुर्यात, बाप रे, इट इज सो टफ. Means depending on how many inner obstacles we have, isn't it? If one is at the kinara of the river or ocean, quickly he can swim and come out. आप कोई बीच नदी में फंसा है, वहां से किनारे में आने में कितना दिक्कत होता है. शायद ये बंदा जो अभी किनारे में है, बीच में ही था, but he never gave up. Went on. So today is the third thought mainly. After that, willingness to reach Paramatma, readiness of all sadhanas doing and while doing. These two words of infinite patience, infinite optimism, I call it. You know, that optimism. Because we are empty, we are left with all alone. All our energies, faculties, even our inspirations, wisdom, किसी काम का नहीं आता. ऐसा लगता है when spirituality is done. भुलक्कड़ होते हैं हम, we forget also. Same time all upadhis do धरना, है ना, झंडा पकड़ के हमारे मांगे पूरी करो. You know, like in the parliament now, from 24th the sessions start. Each of the opposition will hold his own black, white, yellow flag. हमारे मांगे पूरी करो वाले. अब कैसा करेगा गवर्नमेंट अपना प्लान डिसीजंस करके? ये कांट डू इन द सेम वे, है ना. एक तरफा द भोगास विल बी अट्रैक्टिंग अस, दूसरे तरफा द उपाधिस विल बी रिटेलिएटिंग, गोइंग अगेंस्ट. तीसरी तरफा द नॉलेज इज नॉट स्टेबली रिमेम्बर्ड, है ना. इन दिस वे we get strangled only as much in sadhana. What is that? Is that hope, that ashavada we are talking today. Not ashavada pessimism, but the ashavada optimism along with patience. In the optimism, we have to add these two. That my Guru is there, I am consciously praying to him. My Lord is there, I am consciously doing his upasana and praying to him. Them, they will definitely take a time, but they will definitely bless me. है ना, भगवान के घर में देर है, अंधेर नहीं है, कहते हैं ना. देर में भी डिले, but it will never be without supply. Delays from our side. What we are, उसके हिसाब से so many permutation, combination, calculation, adjustments कर कर ब्लॉक्स निकालते हुए हमको आगे बढ़ाना पड़ता है to the Lord. It is not an easy thing to push us ahead in spirituality. By our efforts, so we can never anyway reach. वो तुम बोल ही चुके हैं. It is only His grace. But even for His grace to push us, so many things He has to see. ये बात समझ कर ना, नहीं तो क्या होगा, मैं अकेला हूँ, न गुरु है न भगवान मेरे साथ. सो दैट क्रिएट सच ए निराशावाद. फिर इतना मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ बट कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा है. द अदर एस्पेक्ट ऑफ निराशावाद, दैट क्रिएट सच ए टेरिबल डाउट, यू नो, कि ऐसे है क्या भगवान, है ना. तीन तरह के नास्तिक होते हैं. वो पक्का नास्तिक, who never goes into spirituality, यावत जीवेत सुखम जीवेत वाला चारवाक. सेकंड नास्तिक का सर, फील नॉट बैड, इट्स अ फैक्ट, यू एंड आई, है ना. इफ यू हैव भगवान अस्तित्व ज्ञान दृढ़ रूपेण, added to that सर्वम परमात्मा एव, how relentless our sadhanas have to be. We are that way, heart in heart तो नास्तिक. अगर भगवान है, सर्वव्यापक है, ऐसे मानते हैं, तो हाउ डू वी बिहेव विथ आवर सेल्स, विथ द वर्ल्ड, इन द सिचुएशंस, इन द विथ द थिंग्स, है कि नहीं. इसलिए हम भी अधिक हाफ नॉलेज वाले, ये भी नास्तिक के समान. इफ यू आर आस्तिक एंड इफ यू नो भगवान इज एवरीवेयर, वी कांट हेट एनीवन, वी कैन नॉट फाइट विथ एनीवन, वी कैन नॉट स्कोल्ड एनीवन, वी ओनली लव ऑल, सर्व ऑल, without any expectation, because everything is God. So we don't do it. That means we are नास्तिक that way. बस चल रहा है, कुछ पढ़ाई, कुछ उपासना, ये चल रहे हैं, but heart in heart, all that is mechanical only. No, the rasa in the heart. That भगवान है, मेरे पूजा रूम में है, I am doing puja to him. भगवान is there in the world everywhere, so I am doing service to him only. ये वाला एटीट्यूड नहीं है ना, तो वी आर नास्तिक. बाय द वे, बट डरो मत उस बात पे. तीसरा इज दिस वन, कि इवन विथ ऑल फेथ, व्हेन वी स्टार्ट, व्हेन थिंग्स डजंट मूव एट ऑल, द टेरिबल अटैक दैट हैपेंस इज ऑफ द नास्तिकता, वेरिन नो गॉड, नो स्पिरिचुअलिटी, नो गोल. You know what these Charvakas talk about? Spirituality Vedanta is, in a closed black room, a blind person is searching for a black cat which is not there. In that room. In a dark room, a blind person searching for a black cat which is not there. चारवाक लोग कहते हैं तुम्हारा फिलॉसफी ऐसा है, ना कोई भगवान है, ना कोई आत्मा परमात्मा है, बस जो दिख रहा है वही सत्य. इतना बढ़िया खुशियां मिल रहे हैं उसमें, उसको को एंजॉय करो. एंड वी डोंट नो वेदर नरक स्वर्ग कोई आके बताया क्या, अभी है बस. देखो, लूट, चीट, प्लंडर और बी ए थीफ, एंजॉय इट. If not, take the runa and enjoy. Don't think even to clear that runa. You know, the chindi bhindi khada pibavada, or yavat jivet sukhan jivet arunam krutva grutam pibet wala. They are called charvaka. They say like that. And when we struggle in sadhana, that period so tough hota hai. You know, like when Lord Krishna was taking Arjuna to that Adishesha Loka, Ananta Loka, Bhagavat में ना, that Dwarakavasi Brahmins, children were dying one by one. 9 children died. 10th one, Arjuna said, कि मैं तुमको, तुम्हारे बच्चे को मरने नहीं दूंगा. From Yama, Indra, Varuna, from all of them I protect. Otherwise, I'll jump into Agni and die. Arjuna says. But the 10th child also dies. Then he goes to all lokas, comes empty handed, then wants to die now. Immolation. That time Krishna comes, holds his hand, then he takes. While he is taking there, in between the terrible dark path, for both of them. For Krishna being Krishna, he holds the hand of Arjuna and keeps on taking. Then the dark tunnel path ends. Then comes again the bright, brilliant way path there. When they travel in that, then they reach to that Ananta Bhagavad Loka. देर भगवान से मैं जानबूझ कर ही ब्राह्मणों को ले आया हूँ बच्चों को ताकि तुम्हें बुलाने के लिए एंड यू हैव कम हियर द रिमाइंडर जल्दी काम खत्म करके आ जाओ टेक दिस चिल्ड्रन बट द डार्क थिंग even they could not avoid. In spirituality also, the darkest is when we are all sincere, all in all, only for sadhana and attempting, and yet nothing happens. And the troubles, problems of all sides, as we told you from the upadhis and all, attack at one go only. तो उस समय ये डर लगता है. तब की बात है, we have to have infinite patience and total optimism. Allow not that entire edifice to get collapsed. Agree? That परमात्मा है, उनको पाने से मोक्ष है, उनकी कृपा से हम पाते हैं, उसके लिए पूजा उपासना करनी है, साथ में हमारा भी साधना करना है. While doing sadhana, en route, what obstacles come, we don't know, but we are ready for all of that. All these things will break away, edifies, if we lose patience, if we lose the optimism. Okay? Many people though don't even come to that level. They just are, what do you say, thrown away from the path easily without even their notice. That they just like, the people stop coming to classes so casually, enter into the worldliness. And once in a while, some study, वो तो चलता है, everybody does it. उनको तो ऐसे उखाड़ के फेंक दिया प्रारब्ध ने. But the others who are struggling even with prarabdha, even with entire, revolts of the personality layers, like you and I are doing. For both of us also, this continuous classes is so heavy thing. Doing sadhana is doubly heavy. For us comes this danger. At that time, till the dark tunnel is over, we have to have optimism and faith and patience. Keep doing, keep doing, keep doing. है ना? So, the willingness, the readiness, then the patience and optimism. Then what we have to add, though I'll talk on that on some other days, our prayers to Paramatma. You are the Ananta Shaktishali. It's only by your Kripa that this Maya, this Moha, the Bhayankara, Prarabdhadi, the Upadi Tadatmya, the Akarshanas, the Durgunas, प्रभु बिना आपके कृपा के हम पार नहीं कर सकते. हमारा साधना क्या ना, only to show that we are ready or we deserve your grace. बट हमारा साधना तो एक खेल है जिससे कुछ नहीं होने वाला. In this way, we have to continuously pray. That's the most important thing. जब तक we are at the sadhana level, Jiva Bhava, Ishvara with Ananta Shakti is there. His Maya Shakti, powerful to influence us, is there. Not to get affected by that Maya. By invoking His grace, we have to do these upasanas, prayers. उपासना प्रेयर से उनका कृपा पाकर केवल उन्हीं के कृपा से जो कार्य पार किया जाता माया उसको हम पार कर सकते. Isn't it? You and I are examples from so many years, so much we have heard. Yet just close the eyes and see. Everything is empty. So too, the body doesn't allow to have asana siddhi. The indriyas don't keep quiet, they still want bhoga. The mana is in its own illusion and hallucination. For buddhi, the data is never available only for contemplation. देखो देखो देखा ना कभी क्या हो रहा है होता है. See, one reason is what we have to know even that also. कि we are innocent. The innocence in us is what? कि our conscious worldliness, seeking something in the world, is that which is cancelling all spiritual sadhana we are doing. This we don't know. That innocence in us is because of which we are diverting our minds into the worldliness. And because of it, the importance and value for the world is not going away. That is why we are not able to do the deeper sadhanas of contemplation meditation. हम innocent हैं, but innocence को से problem होता है ना, so we have to become wise. There is no way. We have to become matured. What is it? Nothing of the world am involving anything because of which my samsara grows, my sadhana gets neutralized. ये वाला जो है और एक मुश्किल चीज है. बट कारण ये है बिकॉज ऑफ विच वी आर पास्ट कारण होते हैं, टुडेस कारण होते हैं. द पास्ट कारण ऑफ द प्रारब्धास and today yesterday's karanas of my involvement in the world both become the causes for not allowing to do the sadhana as we just saw. So उस पे भी थोड़ा adjust करना है. So we can name it as carefulness. So willingness, readiness, faith and optimism and being careful. In these five we do, then गाड़ी चलता ही रहेगा, चलती रहेगी, चलती रहेगी. You know, like a goods, 1500 kilometers it will have to go. 30 speed it goes. So it takes 45 hours or even more than that. Slowly, धीरे धीरे जाता है. आध्यात्मिकता का भी ऐसा है ना. Those great people whom we see so vigorous in sadhana got the siddhi and they are guiding others by being the Mahatmas, preachers, speakers. उनका अनेक जन्मों का ये साधना का फल है, एक जन्म का नहीं. अगेन सच शुड बी द एग्जाम्पल्स फॉर अस टू इंस्पायर. मुझे वैसे बनना है, मुझे उस स्थिति को पाना है. इट्स वेरी वेरी अनएम्बिगुअस. अब जितना भी कोशिश करो, प्रभु कृपा गुरु कृपा है. धीरे धीरे दैट मिस्ट गोes away, स्पष्टता comes. May we all deserve it. Om 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 Sahanavavadu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsa Rushibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhya. ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरम्. ओम भव एव भवानिति मे नितरां समजायत चेतसि कौतुकिता मम वारय मोहमहाजलधिं भव शङ्करदेशिकमे शरणं. ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव कैवल्यसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शान्तिपूर्ववृद्ध्यर्थं धर्मसंस्थापने कङ्कणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां निरन्तरायुरारोग्यादि क्षेमस्थैर्यादि शक्तिसाधनादि प्राप्तिद्वारा शत्रुविघ्ननिर्मूलनद्वारा धर्मसंस्थापनकार्ये निरन्तरदिग्विजयार्थम् अनेकशास्त्राणामध्ययनसाधनाप्रयत्नमध्ये श्रीकृष्णयजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदाद्यशङ्करभाष्य समेत साधना अध्ययनसाधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ॐ नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अथ संबंध भाष्यम. Yesterday we have come up to this most important topic of one by one word explanation regarding the Atma Vastu. That explanation meaning of those words become the guidance for us to contemplation, in which we try to lift our mind's awareness, attention to that state of being, to that object. It's not an object, but let us say to that object. In that effort, we reach to that state of being. It's a state of experience. It is not an object. It is not an object of perception by any of the faculties. It's not like anything of this world. It is not objective. It is not like anything of this world. Therefore, it is not catchable by any of the familiar upadhis with which we see the world. It is something beyond. It's a state of experience, state of being. देखो कितना मुश्किल होता है ना गुरुओं को भी to tell that, and how difficult for us also to understand. All words are there only to explain the tangible things of the world. All words are there. To tell Paramatma, no word can reach it. यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा सह. दोनों को मुश्किल होता है, शिष्य को गुरु को. But वही है that optimism, that faith, that they keep on telling and we keep on trying. So this is Vishnu Purana wala quotation. What was that? Paramarthastu bhupala sankshepat shruyatam mama एको व्यापी समः शुद्धः निर्गुणः प्रकृतेः परः जन्ममृध्यादिरहितः आत्मा सर्वगतो व्ययः परज्ञानमयः सद्भिः नाम जात्यादिभिः प्रभुः न योगवान् न युक्तो भूतु नैव पार्थिवयोक्ष्यते तस्यात्मपरदेहेषु संयोगो हि एक एव यतुम् विज्ञानं परमार्थोऽसौ द्वैतनो तथ्यदर्शिनः. अब देखो इतना बड़ा है वेदांत में ना. आत्म वस्तु को कितना भी बताए, कितना भी सुने, कहने वाले को भी लगता है कि पूरा नहीं कहा, सुनने वाले को भी लगता है कि पूरा नहीं समझा. हमें ऐसा ही रहता है. that subject matter is like that, but still we have to pursue that. That is why we say that it is the grace from outside, it is a purity from inside. When both of them are there, then one day it will click to us. Inner impurity of Rajotamo also do not allow us To understand, therefore, the vagueness remains. Outer blessings, if we lack it, then also it won't help us. We have to have Bahya Jagat Bhagavat Kripa Antaha Antakarana Shuddhi. So, hey Bhopala, oh dear Raja Rahugada, Jadavaraji is telling him, so Veera Nagara Naresha, ki Paramartha tu, the Paramartha, the supreme truth, Sankshepat Shruyatam Mama. In short, I am speaking, listen from me. All many words we saw yesterday. Ekaha. देखो एकह कहा लेकिन क्या है ने कहा लेकिन ऑर्डिनरी व्यवहार में है ना भी ये चलता नहीं. अब एक ले आओ कहते हैं तो एक क्या है बोलना पड़ता है वहां. एक केला ले आओ या एक सेव यू ब्रिंग तो एक व्यक्ति को ले आओ या एक कड़छी ले आओ. So you can't use word on eka and leave it there. And therefore there we say something. There we use the object, kela lao. Then the one who asks ki one or two. तो we tell चलो दो लेके आना. But दो लेके आना is not a me word. किसको धो के लाना है? Number, how can you say? एक कहा है ना. एक का कहा बट क्या है नहीं बता. आत्मा है ही वो. बट आत्मा इज नॉट लाइक केला नो. केला इज एन ऑब्जेक्ट. क्लियरली यू कैन से एक या दो. The Atma is not subject, object like that. So, how do you, what do you mean eka? ऐसा कोई केले की तरह सेब की तरह यू टेल इट इट कांट बी टोल्ड. एकहा सेम वे व्यापी. अगर वही कहते इज देयर ऑल परवेडिंग है ना. ऑल परवेडिंग व्यापी सर्वव्यापक. Yesterday we saw it. That's why I'm not going again into that explanation. Yesterday's explanation was very meaningful. Fantastic. कल का नहीं छोड़ना. कल का मूड अलग ही था. So ekaha, it's one without second. There are no two things. Second is vyapi, is all pervading. Therefore, everywhere he can be obtained. But it has to start from our own heart. He is sarva vyapi. Ekaha should help us in removing all anekatas. Sarva vyapi should make us withdraw attention from the alpa vyapi, and we should try to conceive the sarva vyapi. Third one is what? Samaha. It is always sama. No Vishamata comes in us in it because of any reasons. It is Shuddha. It has no thing other than it to impurify it. Eka means ऐसा चीज एक ही है. शुद्ध मीन्स उसके अलावा और कुछ नहीं है उसको अशुद्ध करने को. शुद्ध देन निर्गुण. नो एट्रीब्यूट्स एट ऑल. यही सबसे प्रॉब्लम है ना. अगर भगवान सद्गुण हो या दुर्गुण हो हम पकड़ सकते हैं उनको कोई कि वी नो द पीपल विद सद्गुणास एंड दुर्गुणास है ना. लाइक इन द वर्ल्ड इफ यू टेल सम दुर्गुणास यू कैन इजीली अंडरस्टैंड. अच्छा उसके बारे में बोल रहे. और कोई बंदे का रेफरेंस दिया इमीडिएटली अच्छा ये सच्चे सद्गुणी. सो सद्गुणी हो दुर्गुणी हो यू कैन क्या हो निर्गुणी. काला है कि पीला है यू कांट से. लंबा है कि छोटा है यू कांट. पतला है दुबला है यू कांट. रेक्टेंगुलर और स्क्वायर है यू कांट से. 10 किलो है कि 5 किलो है. 2 लीटर है कि 30 लीटर है. अरे निर्गुण है वो है ना. झूठ बोलता है कि सच बोलता है. बंदा अच्छा है कि बुरा है. कुछ भी कहो नहीं कह सकते उनको, इज ए निर्गुण. And prakrutehe paraha is beyond the prakriti of three gunas of sattva, rajas, tamas. Then janma vruddhyadi rahita. He is free from janma, vruddhi, mrityu ityadi. Janma vruddhyadi rahita. Then Atma is that self sarvagataha. He is there in everything and being and experience. And avyayaha, there is no diminishing, reduction, destruction in him. That's called as Atma. अब इतना कहकर भी there is a very easy way of understanding it. Luckily, what our saints have discovered and given idea. The idea is the chit in us, the chetana in us, the consciousness in us. Even though that also is vague for the time being, but it's vague, but for the time being it can be made a use. It can be used, to make some concept in us. Although reality is not a concept, but concept formation helps us to hold onto the path. Like, for example, in us, the experiences are many, but the illuminator of all those experiences, the consciousness, ek hai ki nahi wo. So the first word ekaha is applicable to the Chaitanya in us. Although Chaitanya is not an object of discussion like we are doing, it is a subjective self to be realized. Yet, for the sake of discussion, understanding, if you just understand मेरे अंदर कोई चेतना है, ये तो है ना. I am alive, I am conscious, तो everybody says. So, this consciousness, is it not one? In all experiences we are going through, of all upadhis. Second, Vyapi. Is he not Vyapi in all Anumutis? Third, Samaha. Is he becoming Vishama? Because the Vishamata of the experiences, that Sukha experience हुआ तो सुखी हो गए, दुख experience हुआ तो दुखी हो गए, insult का experience हुआ तो insult वाला हुआ, respect reverence मिला तो respect reverence. Did our consciousness ever become that? It has never become Vishama. It is Vishama. It is Shuddha. Did any experience, again of Sukha Dukkha, touch this Atman, the consciousness in us? कोई भी टच नहीं किया उसको. It is Shuddha, immaculate only. Like the Swapna Jagat's all happenings do not touch the Jagrat Purusha. Like the poison, venom, etc. of the snake never touch the rope. In the same way, the happenings never touch the consciousness in us. Isn't it? Shuddha hai wo. So eko vyapi samashuddha are matching with the consciousness in us. Therefore, be conscious of the consciousness. एक पॉइंट को पकड़ो. अब इसको वर्क करते रहने से when we become very subtler, वहां हमको पकड़ में आएगा. तो पकड़ में आना is we realize that consciousness is we are. That search for consciousness goes away. Like the Atman is neither outside nor inside, then it is me. It is like that. बाहर नहीं है, भीतर नहीं है. बाहर is searching outside in the object world. Objects. Bhitar means searching it in the form of through the thoughts. To some extent it helps. Thereafter, जो खोज रहा है सब यही तुम हो. It's a very, yesterday we saw this. That's why I'm referring it. In Tripura Rahasya. in the teachings of Datta Guru to Parshurama. These were the very subtle topics discussed. Yoga Vasist में आएंगे हम बहुत. Yoga Vasist is a wonderful text. Just wait and watch. So Eko Vyapi Samashuddha is our own consciousness. That is our self. Therefore, anything other than it is a not self. Therefore, keep on rejecting the not self. Then the self remains always as self. Therefore, that's only looking at it and realizing is the only thing that is there. But rejecting that which is opposite of all these gunas, that's what meditation. बट मेडिटेशन स्थाई में जाने के लिए हमको बहुत दिक्कत हो रहा है टू conquer the outer obligations, to conquer the inner प्रकृति. बट होगा एक दिन, पकड़ के रखो तो. Our optimism, our relentlessness, our never give it up attitude, if they are there, आज नहीं तो कल जरूर पकड़ में आएगा. Then nirgunaha, isn't it? Is that consciousness? Has it got any gunas? So too prakritehe paraha. The three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas, and because of sattva guna, the consciousness never becomes the jagrat vishwa, nor because of rajoguna it becomes swapna purusha taijasa, nor is a prajna with a tamo guna. इसलिए विश्वता is a prajna, जागृत स्वप्न सुषुप्ति स्थूल सूक्ष्म कारण तमो रजो सत्व अतीत है भगवान सेल्फ. निर्गुण प्रकृति है बरा. लकीली एक आइडिया मिल गया हमको. कॉन्शियस दैट्स व्हाई पूज्य गुरुदेव थ्रू आउट हिज पीरियड ऑफ सत्संग for the 42.5 years, the Atman, the Brahman, the all pervading, the consciousness. That consciousness word he might have used a million times because that gives an idea, a concept. Otherwise, the above words, without this idea of consciousness, they become vague only. ये कौन है, एक व्यापी क्या है, निर्गुण दुर्गुण क्या है. But when we do this exercise of trying to intellectually apprehend, the consciousness in me is the one which satisfies all these gunas. That consciousness is me, prajnanam brahma. Ayam atma brahma. That atma ya prajnanam is one. So that satisfies. Then the other qualities also. Ki janma vriddhi adi rahitaha. Isn't it? The janma vriddhi adi. Consciousness is not born when the body is made. Jiva entered and got delivered. When the body is growing, the consciousness is not growing. The body is modifying, consciousness is not modifying. When the body are they are decaying, he will not decay. Finally, when the upadhis die, so consciousness will not die. That's the meaning of Atma Jagadma Viruddhyadi Rahitaha. And then Sarvagataha. Sarvagataha. He is there in and through everything and every being. And the beautiful point क्या है, most beautiful, अव्ययः. उनका व्यय खर्च होके खत्म होना नहीं होता कि मैं 3 घंटे लेट गया तो आत्मा खत्म हो गया, अभी मिलाना है मुझे, खाली हाथ लौट रहा हूँ. होता है कि नहीं? थोड़ा लेट गए तो वी ऑल सीन दैट इन द यंग यूथ चाइल्डहुड में अपना है ना, रेशन शॉप में 2 घंटे लेट गए तो केरोसिन खत्म हो गया. वहाँ तेल भी, खाने का तेल भी हम बोतल में लाते थे, टिफिन बॉक्स होता था, कैरियर. शुगर है ना, 2 किलो मिलता था पर डे, पर मंथ. तो थोड़ा लेट गए, स्टॉक हो गया, यू कम आफ्टर 5 मंथ, 5 days 10 days पीसेस. गेहूं भी 5 किलो, चावल 10 किलो. Or nowadays, go to a hotel, that breakfast item is over by that time. और इन शादी वादी में भी कोई आइटम कच्चा है, लोग खा लेते तो खत्म हो जाता है, इट इज नॉट देयर। तो ऐसा नहीं है आत्मा का, ये अव्यय है लकीली, इट्स नॉट व्ययवान। So therefore it is always there. We have to go on trying till we achieve him. Right? Then he says Parajnanamaya. He is one more quality is Parajnanamaya. That's what is Parajnana, supreme jnana. Generally we use the word Parabrahma. Here is Parajnanamaya. Okay. So here again we just already discussed it. Jnana we are familiar. No? Like if I ask you what is this, you tell it is the door. Why? You have a jnanam of the door. The eye has seen that one, and that perception has gone into the mind. Mind refers to intellect. Intellect refers to the Vasanamaya Kosha. Then from the Vasanamaya Kosha, earlier इसके बारे में डोर करके कहा गया that it supplies to the buddhi. Buddhi tells to the mind tells to the mouth. Then we say, I know it is a door. So jnana we know. So in this jnanam, the triputi is there. Jnata, jnanam, jneyam. Okay. Triputis are coming and going, coming and going. But there is something which is not coming, not going, and becoming aware of all the triputis. That is called as parajnanamaya. And in that there are no triputis. So that is why the simple word to understand is jnata, jneya, jnana, rahita, shuddha, jnapti matra. That is the Atman. That is the meaning of parajnanamaya here. That Paramatma, sadbihi means namajatyadivihi, with the things which are tangible, seeable by you and I, called as nama, name and jati, the birth, etc. By those things, this Prabhu, the Paramatma, na yogavan, he was never associated in the past. Na yuktaha abhut. Na yogavan is in the present. Na yuktaha abhut means in the past. He was never associated with nama, jati, adi. And also uh, naiva parthiva yokshate. Even in the future also, he will not be contaminated by, colored by, touched by, influenced by the nama jata, jatyadi, which belong to the dravya. This parajnanamaya purusha, tangible दिखने वाले, that's the meaning of the word सद्भिः, नाम जात्यादिभिः, ना कभी पहले एसोसिएटेड था, न अब है, न फ्यूचर में रहेगा. I will read that shloka for you. Parajnanamayah sadbihi nama jatyadivihi prabhuhu na yogavan na yukto bhutu naiva parthiva yokshate. ना कभी पहले पास में उनको जाति नामादि से कोई संबंध था, न प्रेजेंट में है, न फ्यूचर. जाति नामादि परमात्मा के ऊपर कल्पित चीजों के ऊपर होता है. परमात्मा के ऊपर जाति नाम का कल्पना ही जगत है. If you can really understand it. वो वाला मांडुक्य डिस्कशन, चलो वो या नहीं लाना, बस ये डायरेक्ट पॉइंट. नाम जात्यादि न प्रमुह युक्तवान अभूत न योक्षते, then न युक्त, neither in the past nor in the present nor in the future. This above quality Paramatma is endowed with nama jatyadi. Clear? So न योगवान न युक्तो भूत नैव हे पार्थिव योक्षते. Okay. Tasya of him Atma Paradeheshu Sayoga hi Eka Eva Yatu. The only way is what? He is in all the beings, in you as well as in all. That's the only way you can talk about it. Tasya Atma and Paradeheshu Sayoga hi Eka Eva Yatu. He is there in you, he is there in the other being, and he is there in between you and that being also. इसी तरह इनके बारे में कह सकते हैं और कोई नहीं. Then विज्ञानम परमार्थो. So what the topic started with that only it's concluded. That परमार्थ वस्तु जो मैंने आपको इतने गुणों से कहा वो क्या है? विज्ञानम. ज्ञानम we know the pure jnana without tripity, objectivity, thoughtness, without the thought. That is called as vijnana. So that vijnana is the paramartha asau. This is what you have to know. And Dvaitinaha Atatyadarshinaha, those who talk about the world as real, Dvaitavadins, वो लोग इस तत्व को नहीं जानते हैं. So they are not the knowers of the supreme truth reality. They are only accepting the superimposed as real. द्वैती तत्वदर्शी नहीं होते. अद्वैती ही तत्वदर्शी होता है और तत्व परमार्थ है, परमार्थ वस्तु विज्ञान है और विज्ञान ये ऊपर लक्षणों के द्वारा ध्यान में पकड़ा जाता है आत्मा के रूप. दैट इज व्हाट वी हैव टू स्ट्रगल फॉर. दिस इज व्हाट. देन वन मोर श्लोक. एवमेकमिदं विद्वन् अभेदि सकलं जगतो वासुदेवाभिधेयस्य स्वरूपं परमात्मनः. सो कहते हैं हे विद्वन टू द राजा और रघुगण जी सिंह. राजा रघुगण को भरत जी सिंह सॉरी कि एवं इन दिस वे एकम इदम. दिस सेल्फ इज दिस वे वन विदाउट सेकंड. देन अभेदी सकलम जगत. द एंटायर जगत इज नेवर एवर विथ भेद फ्रॉम दिस प्योर परमात्मा, सेपरेट फ्रॉम परमात्मा, इंडिपेंडेंट परमात्मा कभी भी नहीं हो सकता. और उस परमात्मा थोड़ा नाम के वास्ते उपासना के वास्ते वासुदेवाभिधेयस्य, द लॉर्ड वासुदेव, स्वरूपम परमात्मनः, द परमात्मा हु इज वासुदेव, हु इज आल्सो द आत्मन, हु इज वन विदाउट सेकंड. फ्रॉम हिम द वर्ल्ड इज नेवर एवर सेपरेट. द होल जगत इज लीला व्यक्तिकरण ऑफ परमात्मा. And Paramatma is the real Atma Swarupa of the entire Jagatu. Jagat is never at any moment independent of Paramatma. Ornaments are never independent of the gold. Gold's glory it is to express in the form of ornaments, and in every ornaments, every nook and corner as its self Atma, gold alone is there. So too, the entire universe which we see has this Paramatma only as the Atman for it, that cannot exist without Paramatma. Therefore, थोड़ा सा उपासना करो तो जगत के प्रति जो अदरवाइज वैल्यू है, राग द्वेष है, चला जाएगा. उपासना ओनली दिस मच, सर्वम वासुदेवमयम. यू नो भगवान इन 7th chapter ना बहुनाम जन्मनामन्ते ज्ञानवान माम प्रपद्यते. In after many lives of sadhana, one becomes jnanavan and he obtains me. Now in the next line he says, what is the lakshana of that jnana, of that jnanavan? This word. Vasudeva sarvamiti. Vasudeva sarvam is the jnana. That jnanavan, after many janmas, he will obtain me. And some Mahatma, he is a great Mahatma. Sudurlabha, very rare to find him. बहूनां जन्मनामन्ते ज्ञानवान् मां प्रपद्यते वासुदेवः सर्वमिति समहात्मा सुदुर्लभः. Why? Because कामैस्तैस्तैर्हृतज्ञानाः प्रपद्यन्ते अन्यदेवताः तं तं नियमासाद्य प्रकृत्या नीता स्वया यो याम्यां तनुं भक्त. Is a beautiful description. Gita is Gita. So for Rahugana, Final thought given by Bharataji is what? Whole world as its substratum, the Atman Brahman who is Vasudeva. There is nothing which is other than him, independent. When it is not at all real, other than Paramatma, how can you see differences in them? And in the differences, how can we attribute or talk the language of something is higher and greater than the other one? कि तुम राजा हो, ये सब सेवक है, ये सारा तुम कैसे बात कर सकते हो? सब विद्यमान एक ही वासुदेव, isn't it? So evam ekam idam vidvan abhedi sakalam jagato वासुदेवाभिधेयस्य स्वरूपम परमात्मनः. वासुदेव परमात्मा का ही व्यक्तिकरण है सारा. It is nothing other than that one Vasudeva. And Vasudeva is Ekavyapi, Samaha Shuddha ityadi. And what you see is the Dvaita Drushti, Ajnana Drushti of multiplicity. In that also, labeling or categorizing or differentiating as something is great, something is not great. लग गया होगा जबरदस्त बात रहुगण को. It was alert. You and I have to grow to great level to become spiritually alert. हमको ना अभी बहिर्मुखता and struggle with the upadhi is still there. आएगा वो स्थिति. Keep on holding on to. Now he says, continue. निदाघोऽपि उपदेशेन तेनाद्वैतपरो भवतु सर्वभूतान्यभेदेन सतदर्श तदात्मनः तथा ब्रह्म ततो मुक्तिम् अवाप परमां द्विजः. सितनीलादिभेदेन यथैकं दृश्यते नभः भ्रान्तदृष्टिविरात्मापि तथैकः सन् पृथक् पृथक्. There, in the Vishnu Purana, in that story of Bharata and Rahugana, the Bharata, Jada Bharataji, referring to Rahugana, क्या निदाग का चरित्र, which we have done a chanting of all those 66 or 68 chapters. कितने थे वो रुभु गीता में? हमने पूरा पारायण किया. Exactly 50, now I remember. Around 100 days we did पारायण. कोई chapter 3 दिन भी. In that the Guru was Rubhu Maharaj, Rubhu Rishi. She says Nidagha. Rubhu got this knowledge directly from Lord Shiva. Rubhu is a great Rishi. And the Rubhu Nidaga Samvada is spoken by Bhagavan Subramanyam. है ना, अर्थ क्या है सुब्रमण्य भगवान to Agastya Rishi or somebody. And there was nothing but Brahma Abhyas throughout the text. Anatma Nirakarana, Atma Svikarana. In that reference our Guru is giving here in this Purana. Direct. He says, Nidaghopi, Nidagajivi, Upadeshena, from the Guru, Upadesha. Upadeshena Tena. By the Guru's Upadesha, having received, contemplated, Advaita Paraha Bhavatu. He also experienced the Advaita Atma Tattva. And then, what is the experience of Advaita Atma Anubhuti, which he has got? It was like Sarva Bhutani Abhedena Saha Dadarsha Tada Atmanaha. Entire world of beings he has experienced as Abhedena Atmanaha, not separate from the self. My own self is everything. In that way, Rubhu has taught and Nidagaji experienced it. Rubhuji taught. तो निदागोपि उपदेशेन तेन अद्वैतः परः भवतु सर्वभूतानि अभेदेन स ददर्शः तदा आत्मनः तदा ब्रह्म ततो मुक्तिः तथा that experience that everything is my own self is Brahmanumukti. Tato mukti, from that only, because of that experience only, to him mukti from. Mukti from himself as a jiva with upadhis, mukti from the concept as the world is other than the self, and mukti from the bondage of relativity with the world, relation with the world, interaction with the world. ये सारा उससे उनको मुक्ति हो गई है भाई. See, tatha brahma tato mukti mavapa paramam that dvijaha. That nidaga dvija has got parama mukti. He has got sarvatmya anubhuti. He has got advaita atma anubhuti. As taught by his guru, the Raghu Maharaj. So whoever does it, उनको भी मिल जाएगा वो. Now the one example is given here. Sita Niladi Bhedena yatha ekam nabhadrush. Only one Akash. But Sita Niladi Bhedena. Absolute afternoon time, it looks to be absolutely white in color. Then other color time, it becomes Neela Varada. Isn't it? When the clouds are there, it looks to be Gerwa and dark color. During sunlight and sunset or refraction of the sunlight, कभी ऑरेंज दिखता है, कभी रेडिश दिखता है, कभी येलो, कभी कपड़ा वर्ड है ना. द रियल फोटोग्राफर्स जो फॉन्ड ऑफ फोटोग्राफी, आप उनको देखो इन योर सर्च गूगल, तो यू कैन सी द नेचर कैप्चर्ड, द स्काई, हाउ मेनी ब्यूटिफुल कलर्स यू विल सी. But these are all projection only. There is no color on the space. So yatha ekam nabaha sita niladi bedena drishyate. It's like one sky is seen to be in of different colors because of these reasons. Otherwise, the sky has no color at all. In the same way, bhranta dushtibihi atma api tata ekah san pruthak pruthak drishyate. So, though the Atman is one, but for the deluded people, Bhranta Drushti, whose Drushti is delusion, एक होने के बावजूद भी आत्मा पृथक पृथक अलग अलग दिखता है. Bhranta Drushti. Correct? Now, two more mantras are there. Then the Linga Purana quotations will come. Then Parashara Smriti Vale come. Tomorrow we'll see this. Om, 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 Om. Om 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 Om. Thank you for your patience. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Paramarshibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Tat Sat Brahmarpणमस्तु. Yeah.